Mitchell's out in their National Guard uniforms, and it may be kind of difficult to see numbers all the time.
And guessing at the numbers too, because some of the time they don't match up either.
Exactly. But we'll do our best, and big conference game. It's our second one in a row. We got Springs Valley next week, but first we got Mitchell. And last couple of years, really every year, it's been a very competitive game between these two teams. And Mitchell's a lot like us in the fact that they're fighting the injuries. We know week one, Caleb Murphy, Bobby Stevens both lost for the entire season. Bobby with a broken leg and ankle, and then Caleb breaking his collarbone again. Last week, Mason Armstrong was out with a concussion. Charles Madden, Pate was out, for various reasons, and hopefully those three kids will be back tonight. But Mitchell last week was without kid who ran for about 240 yards in week one. Duncan kid, big running back, but I think he's going to be back tonight. And then Coach Pritchett's boy, Dane Pritchett, injured his knee, and he's going to be out a few weeks. It's not as bad as what they originally thought. So, two teams battling the injury bug here in week two.
With that being said, Mitchell is coming off a loss last week to Springs Valley 28-14, where they did lose those two players. Like Darren said, one of them is back tonight. West Washington, on the other hand, last week 72-0, put up about 30 points in a matter of 3 minutes against Crawford County. It was one of those that Crawford just couldn't seem to stop. Anything that we did, we were able to go to the end zone. So that was a kind of an interesting game for us. Two coaches know each other fairly well. Coach Bausman, 85-50 in his 13th year at West Washington, and then Troy Pritchett here at Mitchell, 27-30 in his 6 years here, 49-52 in his 10 years overall. But a very familiar face to Coach Bausman.
Yeah, a familiar face to the entire coaching staff. Coach Gibson was part of that staff when West Washington went to the Dome, and Troy was coaching then under Todd, and just a lot of familiarity there. Mitchell runs the T just like Todd and Troy did back in the 90s when they were at West Washington. So, Coach Gibson's very familiar with that. But you can be familiar with it, but you got to stop it. And we look for the big explosive plays. And with the T, it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And to a coach like me, and you listeners, you've heard me gripe about this every year. It's boring for me, but it's effective, and you got to do what you got to do.
We're going to step aside, have the national anthem. We'll be back in just a moment.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The quarter pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sideline. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get 1 free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long. Or stop by 601 South Main Street today. And be sure to tune in on Wednesday nights at 7 for WSL. We're broadcasting live at McDonald's for Coach's Corner.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Back to live action here at Terry Cole Field. The Senators come in with a record of 2-0, where Mitchell, on the other hand, comes in 0-2 after their loss to Springs Valley last week. First week, they did drop their game to Edgewood 30-44. So they're looking for their first win of the season and to get out ahead on this very young PLAC season so far.
Yeah, I mean this is a really important game, especially for Mitchell. If you go 0-2 to start out in conference, you really put yourself out of the race. And likewise for West Washington, they don't want that. They don't want a loss. And last couple of years it's been some teams run the table going undefeated through the conference, and fortunately we've done that. Not last year or year before, but we went through a spell there where we won several conference games in a row, and next week is going to be a big game against Springs Valley because they beat Eastern Green week 1, beat Mitchell last week, and then I think they play Paoli tonight. So
yeah. And
go ahead.
It's one of those where a lot of people are saying there's 3 teams at the top of the PLAC. There's West Washington, there's Springs Valley, and there's Perry.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't heard a whole lot about Perry yet, but it's probably going to be a very typical Perry team with the athletes, there. So it's really kind of the teams up this way, kind of feeling each other out early in this season and seeing where they really fit into that PLAC. Conference and how that's going to turn out there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that's the advantage Perry's got being down there. They, the teams that they play, we have no familiarity with, and so you really don't get a feel for that. But up here, you got Mitchell, you got Valley, you got Paoli. We know the opponents that they're playing, and you can get a pretty good gauge from that. But as you said, Perry at the end of the year, it is a big game, but you just take it one at a time.
Coming into tonight, we're going to see some starters come back for the Senators. We're going to have Mason Armstrong back, lining up in his linebacker spot.
Well, he's starting out just playing offense.
Well,
he's going to be limited defensively, is what I was told.
So he's going to be on the offensive side of the ball a lot, playing in that running back spot. With the injury to Bobby Stevens, we're going to get another linebacker back in Hunter Pate. He's going to be in on that side of the ball, also probably carrying the ball some on the offensive side. And then we're going to get Charles Madden back at center, and playing on that defensive line in spots. So, some key guys kind of coming back there after being out last week.
And those guys were out last week, and you can say what you want to about Crawford, but I felt like last week was one of the most mentally prepared games that I've seen us play in a long time. There was no let up from, you had Mason and Bobby both out that are your top 2 running backs. Counting on Roper McFeeters, the freshman, to step in at running back, and he got kind of dinged up right off the bat, so he didn't carry the ball much last week. So you bring in Brady Coulter, a kid who really
hadn't carried the ball since his sophomore year because he missed all last year.
And I mean he filled in very well. So that helped. Trenton Benskin stepped in at center. And if you didn't know, you would think that was your regular center because we go shotgun 100% of the time, and not one bad snap, not one snap that was to the right or left. I mean, it was perfect every time. So those guys filled in, switch spots, and performed extremely well. And we got to keep that mental focus tonight.
And that's the way that the Senators, kind of their philosophy for the year was next man up. Well, that's exactly what they did last week. They brought the next person in line, had them step up and fill the role that they were asked to do, and they did a really good job of it. This week is going to be more of a test, I would say, against a Mitchell team who does have a load in the backfield.
Yeah, and they're big up front. And, again, that's what I'm talking about. That's where we got to stay focused, because a lot of times when you bring kids back, guys let up a little bit. They think, well, now I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. And so-and-so is going to take care of it. But, they've got to keep that same focus that they had last week. And if we play like that, we're gonna be tough to handle. Even though we lost 2 great players for the year in Bobby and Caleb, there's still a lot of talent on that sideline.
Oh, definitely. Keys to the game tonight. I think this game's going to be one up front. With the offensive and defensive lines, it's going to come down to, can we keep them from gaining, 3-4 yards per carry? And that's going to come from the push up front. If we can hit them in the backfield before they get across the line and then bring them down at the line, they're playing from behind to start.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole key against the T, is you want to put them behind the chains. You want to make them second and 12, 3rd and 8, something where they've got to throw the ball. And I know they're a lot better this year and more comfortable throwing than they have been in the past. But at the same time, they lose their number one receiver. Dane Pritchett's out. That's who Luke Lefevre, their quarterback, looks to. And, you know, now with him on the sideline, who's Luke going to look at? So, you know, that's going to be interesting. But you said it. I mean, Mitchell's got good size up front, but they're young. They're freshmen. They're sophomores for the most part. And, you know, you hope our juniors, our seniors can use that 1, 2, 3 years age difference and strength to our advantage tonight.
And that's something that, you know, we heard early. You know, this team had 26 boys on it, the Mitchell team. They've got 5 or 6 of them in street clothes, so they're down to 22-ish players. And heard nine or so go both ways and play special teams. So it's going to be a conditioning game tonight also.
Yeah. Last week we didn't see it as much cramping up as the first week, but, you know, you got a kid out there that much, chances are we're going to see some cramps tonight.
Well, and I saw kind of a neat thing when I came in. They were dumping a big jar of pickle juice into water bottles. So I got a feeling they already know that they've battled it. So they're going to have a plan ready to go for that happening. But it is a cooler night tonight. Not super warm out, but it is cooler than normal practice weather, so it should be a pretty good night for a game here.
Yeah, I think you're right, and you know, like I said, I mean, it's two totally different styles. It's going to come down to who can impose their will. You know, our fast pace up and down the field, run as many plays as we can. Or is it going to be Mitchell grinding it out where, you know, we only get maybe 2-3 possessions the entire half?
And that comes down to the line. If we can put them behind the chains, you know, they're going to have to you know, break from that tee just a little bit. You know, that is their go-to, but they're going to have to break from it a little bit if they're from, you know, if they're 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, the tee isn't going to work there.
No, exactly. And you know, but that's the thing, you know, if they're able to get 2 or 3 first downs, I mean, they're going to run 5-6 minutes off the clock, and you know, that's frustrating as a player, as a coach that wants to get out and get up and down and get moving. And I think that's why Mitchell won the toss, and they have elected to receive because they want to, you know,
they want the ball first.
Pace.
They want to dictate that pace, and they're going to test these Senators on, you know, how disciplined can they be on their, you know, defensive side.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. You know, we can't afford to be jumping off sides and giving them 5 yards here where it's, you know, 1st and 5 or, you know, 2nd and 3 because of a penalty. So, you know, as you hit the nail on the head with being disciplined.
Senators are going to kick off. Mitchell did win the toss and did decide to receive. West Washington is in their all-white uniforms with their blue letters. It is National Guard night, so Mitchell is in the National Guard jerseys with their gray pants, blue helmets.
Is that Harrison kicking off? It had been Jake, and it's going to be Harrison.
It is Harrison. I saw Harrison warming up, you know, kicking off. So first kickoff right down the middle of the field. Going to pop up. Mitchell is going to return that one. Coming up the middle.
No.
Oh, we got issues. He's going to take that one to the house.
I think Chase has got him.
Oh, Chase does bring him down from behind. Saves the touchdown there. Goes all the way down. I believe he's on the 15.
I was going to say 15 or 16.
So
that's a perfect start for Mitchell.
That was Luke Lefevre with that return there. Mitchell is going to take over the ball there right on the 15. Going to be 1st and 10.
Come out with a receiver wide this side. And I believe that's Nate Reynolds.
Lefevre in the backfield, ready to take that snap.
And they are.
Direct snap back to 45, Dorian Duncan. He's got the ball. He's not down. Going to be swarm tackled by 3 or 4 Senators there. It's going to be Farmer and Rankin in on that one.
It looks like single wings what the run.
Yeah, that's
came
what it
out
looks
in
like,
that.
but that was a direct snap
Yeah,
too.
direct snap. That's single wing. We're going back to the 50s. So they're play clock down to 5.
Back to the single wing again. Dorian Duncan in the backfield. That
Low
goes
snap.
straight to him. Lefevre out as a lead blocker. Going to have 3 Senators over on that side to get it. I believe that was Jake Strange in on that one to lead that tackle.
Looks like he gets down to about the 11, 10, 11.
10-11, I'd give him 2 on that carry.
Add 2, 3rd and 6.
And first 2 runs right over the right side, so, you know, looks to me like that's the side that they like to run to. 'Cause you got the wide side here to the left,
Which is
their side.
the short side is where Jake Strange is going to play most of the game. Over here on this side, you got Trenton Binskin with his hand down as the end on this side. That one
Another low
to
snap.
Duncan again, a low snap.
And he got
He
nowhere
got
to
stood
go.
up, got nowhere there. So in their 3 plays, they've gained approximately 5 yards. Going to be 4th and 6
Yeah,
here.
they're spotting it right at the line of scrimmage. If we can hold them here, you know, that's says a lot.
Yeah.
Because they got the momentum on that long kick return, and if we're able to hold them, but that's a big if.
Yeah.
But you definitely got them in a spot that they don't want to be in, and you know, here our corners, our outside backers, they've got to be disciplined and
Got to stay at home.
And it's
That
gonna
one's
be
to
a pass.
Lefevre. That's going to be a pass up in the air. No good. We've got Farmer and
Chase
Chase,
got
both there to get that one. I think Chase got his hand on it first. Or sorry, Farmer and Sanford both there to get that one.
Great
So,
job by the Senator defense there. Put in a hole right off the bat and 4 and out, and we will take over now at the 10-yard line, have 90 yards to go. You got twins to the far side, single receiver, which is Harrison here on the near side. Will we see a 90-yard touchdown right here? Nope.
It's going to be a handoff.
No, it's
Nope.
a delayed.
Delay. Holden up this side, going to gain some yards. Give him some room to work.
That was a definite designed run because Holden kind of hesitated. He didn't even fake like he was going to pitch it on that jet sweep to Harrison, and
No.
then just took off.
He knew he needed some yards away from that end zone before he really started, working, airing the ball out. Trips to the short side of the field, going to have a flag on the play.
Say it's false start.
West Washington going to back up.
You know, that's one thing we did a good job of last week was limiting our penalties, and it's going to be the same thing this week. So we go from 2nd and 5 back to 2nd and 10.
Mason Armstrong in the backfield along with the 3 receivers here to the short side of the field. Going to be, again,
Is that another
I
penalty?
think that's going to be another one on West Washington. Going to back him up again.
See, that's the mental thing I'm talking about is, that's just concentration.
Yep. We're going to flip some players.
Parker Green goes
Parker
out.
Green goes out. Glenn Rankin comes in.
So we'll go with it. 2 tight ends.
2 tight end set here. We're going to go to a little bit of a wing action here.
Yeah.
I believe that's Armstrong with the ball up the center. Going to gain 6 maybe.
It gets up to the 11.
Going to be 3rd and 9 here.
Again, not the start we wanted, but maybe get those butterflies out of the way. Don't get any more penalties.
Yeah.
And look at Jake.
Oh, Jake unable to.
Well,
Maintain
Jake did a
control
nice
there.
job of breaking that up because Was it Lefevre, the defensive back for Mitchell, actually
Yeah.
had it,
The
and
safety there.
Jake was able to rip it away and almost come
Jake
down with it, but at
unable
least
to.
make an incomplete pass. We're now bring up a 4th down and 9, and again, Holden Bowsman, the quarterback, is the punter, dropping back, and
Nathan Reynolds drops back for the Blue Jackets to return
this
this.
kid's got some speed.
It's a nice kick by Bowsman.
Kicks
It's going to
it wide.
bounce
Great
and roll.
Are they?
That's going to be on the 42. Holden does flip the field a little bit there for the Senators.
Nice job.
Good job by him to get that out of the end zone. We got 7:50 left to go here in the first quarter. It is still tied 0-0.
See if we can get another stop or 4 and out. 'Cause you know what's coming.
You know
it's
that-
it's going to be.
You know that
Duncan.
Dorian Duncan, the 6-foot senior, 210-pound
I think
back.
he's bigger than 210.
He looks bigger than
He looks a
210.
lot bigger than
He looks a
210.
lot bigger than 210. So now they go. Lefevre takes it that side, going to pull it down like he's going to throw it, going to end up getting 4.
Did we go out of bounds?
Goes out of bounds.
The 46. Be a pickup of 4.
4.
Oh, 2nd and 4. I mean, hearing the Mitchell guys up here, that was a new formation. They put 2 guys up tight right behind the right side of the line and snapped it to Lefevre, who was down.
Now we're back to the single wing
And
again.
now they come this
Come
side.
this
It's going
way.
to be option.
Option.
Oh, we
Glenn
had him.
Rankin there. Jake
Now,
Strange
Rankin
ends
had
up
him.
cleaning it up. Rankin's going to, Lefevre's going to end up being about 3 yards short of the first down. Right on the 50.
Yep. Yeah, Glenn had him for about a 3-yard loss, and just he came in Superman style with leaving his feet one time. You know, as a result, Lefevre was able to get around him. So bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Lefevre's one of those that has played quarterback long enough to know when to pitch it, when to hold it, when,
Yep.
and how to get his yards and then get down.
Exactly. Low snap.
Low
It
snap.
gets away.
Sender's
Oh,
gonna be
that
right
got him.
there. He's going to lose about 6.
Low snap. Gets away. Cinder's
Full
right there.
slew of Senators to get there. Going to be 4th and 9. We're going to see if Mitchell comes out to punt this one away.
Now, they made some substitutions, so it looks like it, but you never know.
Farmer back to return this one.
Chase has done a nice job this year of fielding punts and making something happen, you know, just so the ball doesn't roll an extra 10 yards. Almost got the block.
Straight up,
Get away,
straight up,
get away, get
from
away.
it.
And they,
It was like the other radio just said. It was going to be a really good bounce, but it hit one of the Mitchell players, so it's down right there.
was it 35?
Yes, 34.
34. Now let's see if we can get something going. Defense has done a really nice job. Of course, they've helped out there by the low snap and fumble. And the ball is handed off to, was that Brady Coulter?
No, that was Pate, Hunter
Hunter
Pate,
Pate.
who comes in. One of those seniors on this team is met in the backfield by 2 Blue Jackets before he's brought down.
So they went the 2-back set that time with Mason Armstrong and Hunter Pate on each side of Bowsman at quarterback. Mason's on the left side. You got Harrison and Parker Green here on the near side. Jet sweep to
Jet sweep
Harrison.
forward pass. Harrison goes up the sideline looking, gets about 5.
Harrison Sanford, kind of a sweep up to the left side, picks up a good 5 yards, maybe or
It's up to what, the 39?
Yep. Senators really looking to speed this game up, get this
Yeah.
going. They're already over the ball, ready to snap it again.
Yeah, they want to. They want to use conditioning, hopefully to our favor. It's important we convert here, though.
the West Washington team with Coach Bowsman. This might be Fort Cup territory.
All of the Senators' skill players, the ones that run routes, and
Nice
nice
time.
pass there.
Nice route.
I mean, again, we
Harrison
saw
goes down to the ground finally with help from Dorian Duncan coming from his linebacker spot all the way to get him. Like I was saying, the Senators are able to play at this fast pace because all of those wide receivers and backs and quarterbacks all get the play from the sideline. So there is no huddle, there is no looking at your wristband. They know it and they go.
Yeah. Thing I love about that play is just Holden released the ball. He knew exactly where Harrison was going to be and threw it before Harrison had even made his break. And right there, I believe
Right
he
there.
draws Mitchell off sides.
Yep. Both receivers point to their head. They know that play was exactly designed for that, was to draw them off sides. You pick up a big gain, those linemen are running back, and then you wait for them to get set. And Bowsman with a keeper.
And he's going to lose a
He's
yard.
going to lose a yard.
He's caught by
Looks like 19 comes in and makes that play. Christian Walford comes in and makes that play for a loss. Going to bring up 2nd and 7. Just like we said, we haven't seen Mitchell sub very much. It's the same guys. So
Motion Harrison.
motion Harrison across. Protection that way. Bowsman with the ball protected. Going to get out to that side.
It's basically just, power sweep. Everybody
Yep.
get out in front of Holden.
Get out in front of Holden and let him do something.
And he's going to pick up, 5 yards?
5.
there?
He's going to be right on, maybe a yard short of the first down. Senators back over the ball again. You can already see that the Blue Jackets hands on hips.
Yeah.
he's actually 31. Took a knee on the sideline, so hopefully he's okay for your already short injury with Lady Jackets. Calvin back hands it off.
Holden's going to keep
Holding
it
him
again.
to keep that one, pulls it from Mason. He's loose on the other side, spins and does go down.
Well, he's inside the 50.
Gains another big chunk there for the Senators.
Down to the, what is it?
21
21.
maybe, 22.
So it looks like the plan tonight is to let Holden do some running.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing when you've got guys playing both ways. They're in just 2 down linemen, and they've got the other 2 walked up on the edge, protecting the edge. That's
There goes Armstrong.
Armstrong up the middle.
He's
free.
going to
He's
touchdown.
going to get in the end zone.
Barely touched him. He
Walked up on the edge.
That's a very nice play there
protecting the
by
edge.
Mason.
Yeah, and all that was
You know,
set
that's-
up by running Holden to the outside and
Armstrong
making
up
them
the
widen
middle.
out and then hit
He's
Mason.
going to he's gonna hit in the end
There was
zone.
nobody that touched him. Those of you at home who saw that on replay there. Senators are going to line up for a 2-point conversion. Going to be 6-0. West Washington out ahead here. 3:44 left to go in the first quarter of play.
Looks like Armstrong's out and Pate's
Pate's
in.
in.
And they're going to run Pate straight up the
Pate
middle.
straight up the middle. He's going to get in.
It's good. 2-point conversion is good.
Going to be Charles Madden down. Looks like he got down to the ground. I'm not sure he wasn't cut there in the center of that line there. So Mitchell's trainer's going to come out. The Senators are ahead 8-0 here at Terry Cole Field in Mitchell. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break from Eddie Gilstrap Motors and Ernstberger Orthodontics. We'll be back in just a moment.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Betty Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Eddie Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for your sales, service, and auto body repair needs. Visit us today at EddieGilstrapMotors.com or come see us at 207 South Main Street, downtown Salem, Indiana.
Hey there, Radio Land. My name is Seth Ernstberger, and I wanted to make sure you'd heard about my new office, Ernstberger Orthodontics in Salem. We've got a spot now up here helping people find their happy when it comes to their smile and bite. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you're wondering how braces or clear aligners like Invisalign can change your smile game, check us out on Facebook and Google, and then smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and Salem.
Back to live action here. Charles Madden is up and walking off the field. It did look, as we looked at a replay there, it did look kind of like he got rolled up on by his own lineman. So he is walking off the field now, a little jog to his step. So I'm sure we'll see him back in. He's one of those tough-nosed kids that isn't gonna sit out for anything, especially when he was out as one of those starters last week. So he's definitely gonna be on the field as much as possible.
And my concern is can we make a tackle here on the kickoff?
Yeah, first kickoff did not go very well.
No.
So,
and I'm sure we will.
Yeah, Sanford back again. My special teams player of the game is going to be Glenn Rankin again. He is a ball of fire going down the field.
Let's see if we try and squib it shorter, keep it away from the deep guys.
And the other good news is Roper McFeeters is on the same side as Glenn Rankin. So
63 fumble, and
he's going to be spun down there.
Caught it 31-yard line and goes down at 34. So great coverage that time.
Like I was saying, Roper McFeeters and Glenn Rankin, the two speedsters, are on that side to get down the field. Now we just got to kick it to that side so we can see those guys fly. As we know, we're going to see a heavy dose of Dorian Duncan, the 6', 210 senior here for Mitchell in the backfield, running the wing tee that they normally run, but they're short a running back, so now it's a single wing in the backfield, and they don't even come out with that this time.
They're overloaded to the right side, offensive right side, and it's going to be Lefevre.
Lefevre going to get it, go that side. Pate get him by the jersey and drags him down.
Yeah, because he was going to have a big run there, and Hunter shot through there and was able to grab a hold of his shirt and hold him up until he had help on the way.
I'm sure that's not a formation that the Senators have seen or have practiced with the overload on that side, the way that they're running it. They came in probably preparing a whole lot for the wing tee.
Just a straight tee.
Or a straight tee, and they're not seeing it tonight yet.
Yet. That's the key word. And the thing is, as long as we can stay ahead, we may not see it.
Yeah. Now they go to a single back. Direct snap to Duncan. Dorian Duncan picks up maybe 2 on that one.
Mm-hmm. He's a load.
Yeah, he's a big kid. They list him at 210, but he looks bigger than that. He looks a lot bigger than that.
I mean, used to guys would look big because they'd wear all these neck rolls and forearm pads, and you don't see that.
He doesn't have that.
No. He's a big boy.
If he's 210, I bet their wrestling coach is looking at him for 220 this year.
Exactly.
He's a big kid.
So bring up a 3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3, right where Mitchell wants to be. Overload to that side again.
Here comes Lefevre.
Lefevre drops back.
Fake the
pulls
pass.
It. Rankin misses the tackle. Then
big hit.
Harrison comes from behind and cleans that one up.
Big hit, but it's
down the field.
Down the field.
Blue Jackets pick up their first down here.
It'll be Mitchell's
First one of the
yeah.
game because they drove it all the way to the 15 on the opening kickoff. So
Yeah.
Mitchell huddles up right over the ball. Senators getting their call in from Coach Gibby on the sideline. This is a defense that Coach Gibson should be fairly familiar with. It's the offense that he saw a lot.
Back pass.
Lefevre back to pass. No good. Attempted to number 2, which is Nathan Reynolds.
No doubt that's what West Washington wants them to do.
Yeah, wants to see them throw the ball around some. You know, with the players they've got out there, you know, in the secondary, that's a mismatch for the Senators almost every time.
Mm-hmm. So the clock stops at 1:31 left here in the first quarter.
Ball on the 42. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
You can tell they spend a lot of time in the weight room. It's very athletic. That's going to be 2nd and 10 for Jackets.
Snap
There's
back to
Lefevre, back to the
Lefevre
right.
out to the sideline, goes in the air, but I can't make out the number on who grabbed the legs and kept him from getting any more forward progress.
It's up to, what, the 39?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Pritchett was probably holding his breath when he
Yeah,
left his feet. Cause
You know, they were without Duncan the last half of the game last week, and now Lefevre's in the air. You know, an athletic kid, but you want to protect him as much as you can.
Reynolds kid, I think 19.
Yeah.
Or no, Walther. He's over here getting stretched out, or they're looking at his leg.
You're exactly right.
49 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
The knockout one again.
Overload on that side.
Nice job. That Jake Strange.
That Jake Strange brings him down.
Great tackle by Jacob Strange.
Up around the shoulder pads. Probably not where you want to go with a big kid
Right.
like that. You want to hit him low, but Jake was able to bring him down to the ground. Going to be 4th and 5. 26 seconds to go.
Well, I'm sure they'll let the clock run out.
Yeah. You can see Lefevre walking over to the sideline. He's not even going to go back to the huddle.
I'm not sure that quarter didn't go faster than last week when we were with a running clock.
Yeah,
Seems like we just started.
That's a pretty quick quarter there. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break from the IHSAA and Salem Crossing, and we'll be back for the second quarter of action in just a moment.
Listen up, high school sports fans. This cheers for you.
Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
And the fact that you paid for your ticket,
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
high school sports,
You pay,
we play.
everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
Back live here on WSLM 1220 and West Washington live stream. We have second quarter of action here from Terry Cole Field. It is 4th and 5. Mitchell is driving here on the 38-yard line. Senators looking for a stop.
Very important. I'm sure one of the first things or last things Coach Gibson told him was watch the ball. Don't jump off sides. Don't give him a free one.
Lefevre drops out to.
Oh, and they got a deflected.
Going to be intercepted by Hunter Pate. Hunter Pate going to go down the sideline, makes a cut, is unable to get further downfield, but It is.
We got a flag. We got a late said he hit there with Washington.
It is a heck of a play there for Hunter Pate to be able to bring that ball down. Ended up at the
40-yard line.
40-yard line. But then we've got a flag on the play, so it's going to go. We're going to see which way this goes. I think it's going to be on the Senators.
Well, I missed it. I was what happened?
I think we've got a
unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike on both teams.
On both teams, so they're going to be offsetting, and we're going to end up with the ball right where Hunter Pate went down.
Yeah. So the Senators will have the ball, 1st and 10 on the Mitchell 40.
11:42 to go here. Just starting the second quarter of play. First play, Hunter Pate comes out, picks one off, runs it back approximately 25 yards before he's brought down. Bowsman back in the shotgun like normal. A pitch to Mason Armstrong. Armstrong with the blocker out in front. Going to get the edge and then going to be brought down by Lefevre and
Anybody going to stop the clock?
number 2, Nathan Reynolds.
Not a soul. No, not a soul.
Clock still. Clock does stop on that play.
It's right at the first down
It's
marker.
right at the first down marker, so we're going to see.
They're gonna spot a yard short.
So, officials getting the ball set here.
Now what? He's moving the ball. They don't even have a spot. I'll tell you what. I mean, you hate to gripe, but I mean, it's every week we see something. Oh, it's going to be a penalty from the flag.
From the flag.
So it's going to be a holding penalty.
Holding on West Washington. So we're going to back it up. So we're going to get
17 yards to go.
a 1st and 17, it looks like. They're going to give him the first down, but then we're going to have a 1st and 17 here for, I believe it's the face mask.
It's going to be holding.
Holding with a keeper. He gets around the edge. A nice stiff arm there. Still going. And he's down the sideline and gone. Touchdown, Senators.
Great job. Holden was patient there. Mason got a block on the outside. And then, was it Harrison or was it Parker Green that
I don't know which one got
the receivers. Made a nice block to let Holden just go. You know, great start once again. You know, one thing we got to do is we got to continue to keep our heads, because I mean it is, those of you watching and listening, it's getting, you know, there's a lot of unnecessary stuff happening. And it's going to be Chase Farmer on
the jet sweep. He gets in for 2.
So make it 16-0.
Senators out to a 16-0 lead. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break from the IHSAA, and we'll be back in just a moment.
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah.
And thank you.
High school sports.
You pay.
We play.
Everybody wins.
That's right.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA. What's included in the price of a ticket to attend an IHSAA athletic event?
Harris cuts left, darts right, and goes straight to college!
High school sports teach life skills that go beyond the field of play. Skills that pave the way to a better education and more fulfilling career. It's all included in the price of admission when you attend a high school athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
Back to live action here on WSLM 1220 AM. Harrison Sanford coming out to do the kicking duties.
Again, hope we have coverage like we had last time. I'd kick it second or third row. Don't kick it deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That
gonna
one's going to go right off the front line where they do get it downed.
I like that though. Don't give him a chance to run one back.
Yeah.
To that 43-yard line.
Yep, and they just pushed it a little thick where we weren't, and we didn't go get it, and they caught it. Boy.
Senators do come out on their defensive stand here. They are running their 4-4.
I think they're in
4-3. It looks like
5-2. I think's what they're in. With
yeah, they've got Jake walked up, so it's going to be a 5-2-4 that they're in.
You got Peyton Rankin, I think, as your two linebackers, and you got Harrison and Holden Bousman. Holden's going to be your free safety. Harrison's going to be strong safety, and then you got Parker and Chase as your corners.
Duncan going to take that one and gain about 4. That's West Washington is just looking straight at Duncan in the backfield. They're not worried about anybody else carrying that ball. They're just keying on him. The ball goes to him, and he comes down.
I think West Washington feels confident enough in Parker and Harrison and Chase on the outside. Jake Strange at defensive end, Trenton Benskin at defensive end. If Lefevre tries to come around that end, they feel confident about them being able to stop it. It's, they can't let Duncan get 5-6 yards up the middle.
Right. We're going to have probably an illegal procedure here the way it looked.
Be the second penalty on the Blue Jackets for 10 yards tonight.
Blue Jackets going to back up 5 yards there. Going to be 2nd and 11. This once again helps the Senators when Mitchell's behind the sticks. That's always going to be positive for the Senators.
Yeah, I hope and pray that didn't come back and bite us because it seems like every time I say that's what we want somebody to do, they do it and we get burned by it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You are correct. They are in the 5-2 look here. Lefevre.
It's going to be Lefevre this side. He's got run pass option.
He's going to get tackled by a swarm of Senators. I'm not sure which one led the way there. It's Glenn Rankin and Bryce Brown come up off the bottom of the pile.
Where did they spot that at, Craig?
49
or
was
that 51?
Oh. You said it, I didn't.
I said, or is it?
No.
I didn't say it is.
Nope, it's the 49.
Yes, that's why I asked you where they spotted it.
You were just waiting for me to mess up on that one.
Catch you off guard.
Oh, come on, man. It's not like I don't have enough to do. Mitchell comes out in their unbalanced set to the short side of the field here.
Gonna be a sweep this way.
Sweep this way. Ooh. Good catch, good hit. Jake in the backfield lays a nice hit on Lefevre, but the pass is complete down the field to, I believe, number 2, Nathan Reynolds.
See, that's what they do is they overload that side, and then Lefevre's got run pass option as he comes out. And, we've seen him pump it a couple times. And, that time defense was right there with him, and he made a nice throw.
That's a good start. You got Reynolds out wide, the right end.
I'd say it's going to be the same type of thing.
They're in the same set this way. 9:44 left to go here in the second period.
That's exactly what's. There's nobody in the area.
That's a pass to a big open area there, but they're overloaded to this side, so it's going to be hard to get that
I think
call.
that's the only thing they've got out of that formation, and I would say 99% of the plays that they have ran tonight have gone to the right side.
Yeah, they're going to be behind that overload side.
I mean, the only thing I'm thinking is, are they setting it up? Do they have a counter back to the other side?
Back to the other side, possibly.
But, you know, as soon as they see the backside end or corner crashing, they're going to run it. But, you know, right now everything
still overloaded to this side. Duncan with the carry. There he is down the field, maybe 7 yards on that one. Going to be short of the first down.
You can mark it at 33, so it'll be pickup of 8.
Going to be 3rd and 3 here. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Senators need to dig in here.
Yeah, dig in. Put your feet in the dirt and drive forward on this.
Yeah. Same formation. Overload to the right. Four guys out here, and Lefevre, it's Duncan. And he's going to go nowhere.
He's going to go nowhere.
Well, he drags him. I thought momentum
the question
was
is,
stopped,
momentum was stopped
but
there. So
you play till the whistle. You play till the whistle. Yeah. Is he saying that?
So they're going to have a discussion out there on forward momentum, where he's going to end up. Going to mark him. Look short.
Looks like he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
So it's going to be 4th.
And I understand Coach Pritchett's not happy at all with that spot. You got a side judge here right in front of it that doesn't get a mark of this guy all the way across the field. We've had our share of those type of things, so I understand.
Yeah.
So should
this
it not
is going to be
fourth down and
yeah, this is 4th down.
4th down and 2.
And 2. They haven't changed the stick on the far sideline, but it is 4th down here.
Now people are going to nuts if they don't make it. And timeout.
Going to get the timeout before the play clock runs out. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
You want to feel goosebumps? Then purchase a ticket to an athletic event at your local high school. You'll be making a lasting difference in your community. Buying a ticket to an IHSAA game or meet helps ensure your school has the funding it needs to operate. New uniforms, safer equipment, transportation. Your ticket purchase helps to pay for it all. You're also helping today's student athletes learn the life skills they need to get better jobs and become better leaders. Plus, you'll see them do some amazing things.
Whoa! Did you see that? Oh man, I think I just got goosebumps.
Me too.
High school sports. We pay, they play. Everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Wow.
Senators come out in that 4th down and do stop the Jackets, but
was that Nick Mundy? They tried to.
Yeah,
that was 4th down.
4th down, and now Mitchell's going to get an extra play. Those of you watching at home, the Salem Lions are up 14-6 over the Warriors of Scottsburg.
I'm still
lost.
I don't know what happened here.
Somehow we lost a down.
Well, did we all just close our eyes and they ran a play? Because everybody up here in the
everybody
press
up in the
box,
press box thinks that that's a.
Shoot.
That's going to be to Lefevre in the backfield. He's
not
not going to get it.
And the ball's going to be at the 35.
At the 35. West Washington takes over on downs.
Wow. That's
That's a first.
Tell you what, every Friday night you see
We
something.
see something new.
So 7:04. Be nice to Senator score again here, and because we get the ball start the second half. So
Senator's going to try to put together a drive here to push the score out.
Coach Pritchett's going to take his second
timeout. We're going to stay with you here. Darren, give me a little breakdown of your junior high team. Tell me what you got.
We got about 26 kids out playing. A really strong group of kids. Some of them are making the adjustment from playing in youth league last year, sixth graders coming up and figuring out that junior high is a little bit different, than what it is down there. And then, we got eighth grade kids. We got some new kids out that haven't played for a while. They're learning new positions. But, the thing I like about them is they are, every night they come to practice ready to work, and they're getting better and better. We open the year with wins against Eastern in both games, and then the second week we played a very strong Southern Indiana Catholic team that is going to be Providence's future. Those kids have played together for 3 years. They're handpicked. We ran the opening kickoff back, and that was the first time they've been scored on in 3 years, and maybe we shouldn't have done that because it ended up not being pretty.
I heard after that it was not good.
We woke them up. And then last night we played Springs Valley, a very competitive game.
Harrison. Nick Mundy with that interception that goes through Harrison Sanford's hand right into Nick Mundy's to be able to pick that off and run it back.
Not what we needed right there.
Nope. We do a great job on the defensive side there to get the turnover on downs, and then we end up giving it right back to.
And Mitchell's going to have, 19 yards?
19 yards, first and 10 to go here on the 19.
Right. Get a stop. You talk about this as coaches, quick change, get back out there and, do your job. And, you don't worry about what just happened. You come out and, do your job and get a stop.
We're going to get a very heavy dose of Dorian Duncan here, I'm pretty sure.
Another low snap.
Low snap. Lefevre ends up having to snag that
Big
one.
Michael
Big
Lee.
Mike swallows him up.
Yeah, Mitchell is struggling with their shotgun snaps. I'd say probably 75-80% of them are really low. And that is, what's it on, 23?
23, going to be a loss of 4.
West Washington will allow that to happen all night long.
Yeah. Blue Jackets are definitely taking their time here. They're not
8 seconds, and they've not even.
They're not concerned about getting to that line on time. Going to be a timeout there.
He's out of timeouts.
He's out of timeouts. Continue on with your junior high.
Yeah, now we're back. So, Springs Valley was a game last year that, was very lopsided. Last night, our quarterback, Clark Nance, got hit early in the game and, kind of had a concussion, maybe not a concussion, but definitely got his bell rung. And we had to put Kenton Chase in, who hadn't actually played football since 3rd grade.
At quarterback.
And fortunately, this week we had worked Kenton some for like 2-point conversions, like an RPO, give him run pass option, and he came in and did a really good job, and we ended up losing 36-22, I think, but we played extremely well, and it took us 3 quarters. Springs Valley had a couple of running backs, 6'1", 6'2", 190, 195 pounds, and took us 3 quarters to realize that you got to hit them low. And once we did that, we was able to get stopped. So it's a process. The kids are learning, and no doubt in my mind they're going to continue to be part of a very successful Center high school football program, and that's what we try and teach them. Is you know, we're getting you ready for high school. So this week or next week they play at Crawford County on a Wednesday night.
It's always an interesting travel down to Crawford.
Past the Chainsaw Garden.
Yep. Duncan brought down inside the 30. Sorry, inside the 20.
What's he at? 18?
18. Picks up about 5. We're at 5:43 to go here.
No doubt this is 4 down territory for the Jackets.
Especially with the time left on the clock.
Yeah. More traditional set this time.
Yeah. To Duncan. Duncan was met by Farmer out wide and then was cleaned up by Trenton Benskin and Hunter Pate.
To get down to the 11.
Going to mark it just short. Going to be 4th down. We see the hand up, 4th down.
That was a nice play by Mitchell. They faked up the middle, then gave it to a back who then turned and pitched at Duncan.
Yeah.
And, you know, kind of caught us off guard.
A little bit of a misdirection. Hey, where'd the ball go all of a sudden?
Yeah. So 4th down and 2.
Duncan gets that one.
Got it. It's going to be close.
Definitely going to be close. I think that was
Marked
45
right,
maybe.
It's going to be right on the line from where the spot is.
We may see the chains come in on this one to get a measurement.
They're going to have to. So I'm not sure who's on the chain gang.
And it's going to be really close based on where that stick is right now.
Coach Pritchett, as we said, is out of timeouts. He's using this.
He's using this as a timeout.
Get his team over there and tell him what he wants.
What he wants. There's 4:28 left to go here in the first half of play. West Washington is up 16-0 over Mitchell. We've got chains coming out for a quick chain measurement.
I think he's going to have it. Hopefully I jinx that. I don't think so, though.
It looks like it's going to be a first down by the length left of the chain. Yep. First down, Mitchell. Blue Jackets do get the first down. 4:28 left to go. This is, definitely 4 down territory for them. It's going to be a 1st and goal here just inside the 10, maybe.
And I would say, even if Mitchell doesn't score, I'd say we're going to be lucky to get the ball back because they're going to run close to a minute every play. Again, 4:28 to 4:27 now and counting.
Clock is running. It's a snap up the middle to Lefevre. He dances, and he's going to get in for a touchdown. We do have the cannon go off for the National Guard come in, and he dances, and he's going to get in for a touchdown. Shoot that off. Senators are going to get the ball back with 4:09 left on the clock.
Yeah. Be nice to score again.
Yeah.
Take that momentum back.
Looks like the Jackets are going to come out and go for 2.
All right, big score for your Jackets here. Ready to score 14-6 on our scoreboard. Oh, yep, 16-6.
Going to be a pass. Not going to be able to get that one, so they are going to stay at 6. Senators do lead 16-6 here on WSLM 1220 AM and on West Washington live stream. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break from Ernstberger's Orthodontist and WSLM along with Eddie Gilstrap Motors. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, hello, it's Dr. Seth again from Ernstberger Orthodontics. Now, we've been tackling crooked teeth and bad bites with braces and Invisalign out of our Salem location for a while, and we absolutely love coming to the new office. We're so pumped to be able to offer a local option for folks wanting to improve their smile without so much driving and missed work and school. Not to mention, we're loving getting to know and support the wonderful Washington County schools, teams, and communities. When it's time for you or your family, smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and now Salem.
Back to live action here on WSLM 1220 AM. Mitchell did just score but was unable to get their 2-point conversion, so it is 16-6. West Washington is out ahead. 4:09 left to go in the second quarter before we have a halftime break here. Mitchell is getting ready to kick off.
And it's going to be Nick Mundy that kicks off. He's going to kick it short right here to Jake Strange.
Jake Strange. Strange fields that one. Dorian Duncan meets him in the hole. Jake pops back up after that hit. Dorian is the fullback running back that they've got that is listed at 210, but we think he's a little bigger than that.
It's putting it mild.
I would guess that Jake probably thinks he's a little bigger than that right now also.
Probably.
I don't know. Jake usually doesn't shy away from contact. So.
No.
Senators set here on the 42, 1st and 10. Mason Armstrong with that. He finds some room. He's going to get up to about the 38.
That's what we need. So 20-yard run that time by Mason.
Yep. That's from the from Mason Armstrong, who was the H-back last year and didn't get to see the ball a whole lot. They gave it to him sparingly with Bobby in the backfield. This year he's moved back to the tailback position, so he's going to get a heavy dose of the ball here. That one,
be Armstrong again bounces to the outside.
Bounces it. Stiff arm's going to go down at about the 35.
Yeah, he was about one tackle away.
One tackle away from breaking it on this side. Going to be 2nd and 7.
And clock down to 3:23.
Senators all looking for what the play is going to be.
They may be going to slow it down a little bit now so that Mitchell doesn't get the ball back. Or if they get it, they have very little time, and then we get to come out the second half. It's going to be Holden.
Holden with a carry on the outside, does a nice stiff arm job, but then is brought down short of the first down. Going to be 3rd and
3 or 2.
They're moving it right now, so it looks maybe 3, maybe a long 3. Going to be a timeout. 2:34 left to go here. Senators really need to push this one in, or at least get a field goal on the board here.
Who's going to kick the field goal?
Well, that's a good question. We haven't seen anybody kick one yet.
No. No, we haven't. I mean, their main thing is to get a first down, keep the drive going, and whether that's keep it on the ground or maybe a play action pass. I know that we've ran the boot pass a couple times this year, but that's something that they feel is going to be very effective for us. Is faking Mason one way, rolling Holden back the other, and looking for Jake. And we've not looked at Jake much. But, you got a 6'5" tight end that's athletic like Jake is. That's a big weapon to have in these type of situations.
I'm sure Jake would love to see the ball come his way on this play.
Mm-hmm.
We split Farmer out to the near side of the field.
It may be Rankin. Rankin's in a tight end on this side, so we may fake Mason and look for Rankin because I don't think he's caught a pass yet this year.
Holden in the backfield.
Oh, he does
a nice job of making somebody miss, and then is going to end up walking into the end zone.
No, he gets caught.
He gets caught at the 1.
Nice job.
Very nice job there by Holden to make the Mitchell team miss. Had him dead in the backfield, but then was able to break that and gain about 32 yards on that
Yes.
scamper there.
Holden's hurting him tonight with his legs instead of his arm. Nice run that time.
Nice run there by Holden, the junior quarterback there for the Senators. They do come out in their big set. That's going to be a forward pass to Harrison Sanford on the jet sweep. He looks into the end zone and does get in there. Sanford does get in for the touchdown there.
Did they say he scored? Yeah.
He's going to get the 2 yard. That is a forward pass. It's a flip forward, so it is a pass on that.
It's a nice drive that time by the Senators, facing a big third down. Bousman makes him pay, gets down to the 1 yard line or 2 yard line.
Gives the ball to Mason Armstrong up the middle, is not going to get in. He's going to be short. Nice job of Mason there trying to gain the yards up the middle, but is unable to get in. 2:08 left to go, 22-6. West Washington is out ahead here. Those of you with scores from out and about, let us know. It does look like Salem is ahead 14-6 over Scottsburg. They are at the half. Other than that, I haven't gotten any messages, saying, anybody's scores. So Paoli apparently is up 8-0 is a score that we're getting in. So 2:08 left to go here before halftime.
Don't want to allow Mitchell any big plays here to end the half. It's going to be the focus right now.
2:08 left to go here. I don't think if they get it anything short of R40, I don't know that they can punch it in 2:08 with their wing offense that they run.
Unless they break a tackle.
So this is one of those that you've got to kick it deep, you got to pin them deep, and then
No,
come
we're
out.
not kicking deep. We saw what happened when we kicked deep.
We got to kick it to at least the second level here.
Yes. And it will be Harrison Sanford.
Harrison Sanford coming out to kick.
I thought Harrison kicked last week in the second half just because we was up so much.
Well,
I think he's impressed them. Because it had been Jake kicking.
That squib down the middle. Duncan gets that with a full head of steam. He's brought down by Roper McFeeters.
The Paley score is Paley 16, Valley 6 in the second quarter.
Paoli is up 16-6 over Valley in the second quarter. Going to be first down on the Mitchell 47.
Yep.
First and 10, 2:03 left to go here before halftime.
So Mitchell with good field position here to start. And, our DBs, our safeties, they've got to be awake because, as much as they've ran, be prepared for the play action.
Roper McFeeters comes in to play that kind of free safety spot there that Holden had been occupying.
I think they may make him more of a strong safety and let Harrison
kind of
play.
roam.
Yeah.
The ball comes back to Duncan. He's going to gain about 2 and then go down.
One thing you can always count on with Coach Pritchett is he's going to have a couple of backs that run hard.
Yeah,
and
run hard every play.
Keep their feet moving.
This is also where those timeouts that Coach Pritchett took early is going to come back and hurt him a little bit because he's got no way to stop the clock.
Well, now Duncan's got to come out because of equipment issue.
So he's out. 44 comes in, which is Levi Smith.
It's down to a minute 25.
And the Senators are going to get the ball back to start the second half. So overload to this side again. Going to be a pass. Tipped. Bryce Brown, I believe, gets his paw on that one.
That's good. We haven't mentioned it yet, but Bryce is the nephew of Coach Pritchett. So this is a big game.
This is a big game for him.
Big game for the Pritchetts and Browns both.
Yeah. I know that the Browns are set up on the top row over there on the Senators side. They were here early. Got to talk to Doug before the game. He was hoping for a good game like they had last week. So
yeah. Go down to minute 13.
Minute 13 left to go.
Stops with the incomplete pass.
Comes to Lefevre in the backfield. He
He's
gets
been
met by
lost.
Brown again.
And I think it's going to be a face mask or late hit.
Brown was definitely there early to get him wrapped up.
Yeah, I saw somebody come in late too.
We're going to see face mask on the Senators.
I believe that'll be just a 5-yard. He did not signal personal foul.
Right. So Senators head coach Philip Bousman is getting the signal that there is a 5-yard. Oh, apparently not. They signaled to Coach Bousman it was a 5, but then they walked it off 15. So the Blue Jackets do pick up a first down there. Going to be on the 34.
We didn't need that.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Lefevre gets the ball out to that side. Gets a good block. Senators are going to drop him after about a 7-yard gain.
Clock continues to
Clock
run.
continues to run. Under 50 seconds to go. Jackets are trying to get up to the line, get a play going.
Yeah, Lefevre tried to run over the sideline and get the play from Coach Pritchett, and he's motioning to stay out there.
35 to go. Direct snap to Lefevre. Lefevre's met in the hole.
He's going nowhere there.
Nope.
I think he may have.
I think he may have lost a yard, maybe. Jake
he
Strange
lost,
meets him in the hole.
They're going to leave it right where it's at.
Jake Strange slow getting up on that play. I think he kind of fell on the ball, but doesn't want to take a timeout for that. So that one comes back. Jake. No time left. Going into halftime, Senators do lead 22-6. Senators do play a pretty good half of football there. I'm sure it's not quite as clean as Coach Bousman would want. We're going to step aside, have a few commercial breaks, and then we'll be back for stats and our halftime breakdown.
Get your mugshot 7 days a week at WSLMradio.com from all over Kentuckiana, Clark, Floyd, Harrison, Jackson, Lawrence, Scott, and Washington counties.
Just go to WSLMradio.com and click on the police news and read the latest police news powered by Eddie Gilstrap Motors.
Follow the Gilstrap link to find the latest deals on new and used Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Jeeps, as well as scheduling your next service appointment.
80 years of their family serving yours.
What's included in the price of a ticket when you attend a high school athletic event? For starters, greater opportunities for our kids.
And here comes Lopez. He dribbles, fakes, shoots, and scores! A high-paying job!
Putting today's young people on the pathway to success. Inspiring them to never give up. Encouraging them to always do their best. Teaching them how to be better leaders. It's all included in the price of admission when you go to an IHSAA athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
High school sports. We pay, they play, everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Oh, my goodness!
Come visit America Flea Market in Salem. We've got over 22,000 square feet of treasures and one of the largest indoor flea markets in Kentuckiana. Located at 110 Progress Boulevard in Salem, We're one of the ultimate destinations for picking and saving and a fun place to shop. We have over 70 vendors and a huge selection of new, used, antique, primitive, and vintage items. Beat the heat. Stop in our air-conditioned store. Come and see us Tuesday through Sunday. We open up at 11 a.m. America Flea Market, where pickers pick and shoppers save.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint like Valspar and Clark & Kensington. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Before your next project, talk to your local paint experts, Eva Marie and Erica, at Ace Hardware of Salem. Stop in today and see why we're the helpful place.
Back to live action here at Terry Cole Field, where the Senators are out ahead 22 to 6. First half of play, the Senators really come out and do a really good job of running their offense and playing some pretty stout defense, keeping the Jackets from being able to run their offense. Darren, break down some stats for us.
All right, first off, to recap the scoring, at the 3:44 mark in the first quarter, Mason Armstrong, returning from his injury, first time he touches it, goes 21 yards for the touchdown. Hunter Pate also back in action tonight, runs in 2-point conversion, making it 8-0. The 11:22 mark of the second quarter, Holden Bousman takes it in from 47 yards out, and then hits Chase Farmer for the 2-point conversion, making it 16-0. Mitchell capitalized on the one mistake we had tonight off the interception at the 4:09 mark. Luke Lefevre, Mitchell's quarterback, takes it in from 9 yards out. And, I think that's a series that Mitchell may have benefited from, a 5-down series that no one still understands what happened. Nonetheless, it counted. The 2-point conversion was no good, making the score 16-6. West Washington responds right back as Holden Bousman on a big 3rd down and 3 runs about 30 yards down to the 2-yard line for a first down. Next play, he hits Harrison Sanford with a 2-yard pass for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion run failed, making the score 22-6, and that is where we stand here at the half.
I'm going to take a quick cut in here. I got a snap, my normal snap from Brittany Powers. She always sends me a picture of what she's doing, and she has the Abels family watching the live stream there, listening in. Looks like they're having some dinner. So Keith is my partner in crime for all of your girls' games.
So he's going to critique me now.
So he's going to critique you now.
Well, we better be on our best behavior. All right, stat-wise for the Blue Jackets in the first half, I have them with 4 first downs. They ran the ball 25 times for 93 yards, or 3.7 yards per carry, which is exactly what they want with the offense that they run. 1 out of 7 passing with 1 interception for 10 yards. Total plays in the first half, the Blue Jackets ran 32 for 103, or 3.2 yards per play that they ran. They were penalized 3 times for 2 times for 10 yards. For the Senators, we had 6 first downs in the first half, 13 carries for 165 yards, or 12.7 yards per carry. 3 out of 5 passing with the 1 interception for 22 yards. We ran 18 total plays, which is not much more than we ran
last week. I think we ran 12.
Yeah, but 18 plays for 187 yards, or 10.4 yards per play. Individually, Duncan, Mitchell's leading rusher coming in the game, has carried it 13 times for 32 yards, so we've done a pretty good job on him. It's been Lefevre, the quarterback, that's hurt us with 11 carries for 67 yards. For the Senators, Mason Armstrong has ran it 5 times for 60 yards. Holden Bousman 6 times for 58 yards. And Hunter Pate 1 time for 0 yards. As we said, Holden is 3 out of 5 passing for 22 yards. All 3 receptions made by Harrison Sanford. So that is our first half stats.
We're going to step aside, take a commercial break, and then we're going to come back and have Commissioner's Corner from the IHSAA. We'll be back in just a moment.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The Quarter Pounder is coming on the field. Filet-O-Fish and the Golden Delicious Fries are warming up on the sideline. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get 1 free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long. Or stop by 601 South Main Street today. And be sure to tune in on Wednesday nights at 7 for WSL. We'll be broadcasting live at McDonald's for Coach's Corner.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Battleview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Battleview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. And Commissioner, week number 1 of the high school football season in the books. Some interesting things, notably points. The number of points seemed to be down, but it was a very interesting week. We had some high-scoring games, a lot of action, great individual performances. But let me have your thoughts on this first week.
I thought the week went really well, Bob. We had great weather, first of all, and so that first week of the season, the regular season, kind of makes me nervous every year because it can still be a little warm out.
Right.
And this weekend was nice, and so we were able to have a great contest around the state. And I had the same observation that you did with respect to scoring. I think overall scoring was down a little bit. One of the things that I looked at were the point differentials, and we had 40 contests that had a point differential of 35 points or greater, which now speaks to the new mercy rule that we passed last spring. And I think because the mercy rule was in effect for almost a third of our games last weekend, that reduced the number of overall points that were scored last weekend. I've not heard one complaint from any coaches. I've not heard one report about a mismanagement of how the clock was operated in the second half. Everything went smoothly. So I think that for this first week, the mercy rule went as scheduled and as we thought it would. And I think it's created some games where when we've got those games that are lopsided, we're now able to expedite the end of the game. And I think that's better for student athletes. I think it's better for the fans.
If we can, refresh everyone's memory of exactly the parameters of the new mercy rule.
The mercy rule goes into effect in the second half of a game when the point differential reaches 35 points between the schools. The rule calls for a running clock, and we define a running clock as a clock that does not stop except for a score, a timeout, or an injury. Now, we still implement the 40-second play clock throughout the second half. But if we get to that point differential in the second half, it can't start in the first half. So you could have a game that's 40-0 at the end of the first quarter. We're still going on a regular clock. But when we arrive at the second half, if the point differential is 35 or greater, then we go to our running clock. And then once we get there, we don't go back. Maybe it's 35 at halftime, and the school is behind scores. Well, we're still going running clock all the way through.
He's the commissioner of the IHSA, Bobby Cox. Bobby, you mentioned 1/3 of the games under the mercy rule. First time we've done it. Obviously, I know you and the staff are going to be compiling this data. It seems to be a significant number, to say the least.
Well, I think it reflects the way that the game has evolved in high school football in our state. Is I feel that offense has grown faster and exceeded where defense has grown. The spreading of the field, 7-on-7 that occurs in the summer with more opportunities for kids to play. The offensive attack of the game has changed. Subsequently, scoring has gone up. And our schools knew that, and our Football Coach Association had been talking about a mercy rule for several years, and we finally got to an agreement on where that should be. And so now I think we've addressed it. We are going to study the data. We're going to collect the scores and look at those point differentials and see if that rule actually does affect the total scores of the games. And then I'm a lot more interested in the health and safety of the kids, first and foremost. But secondly, crowd behavior, fan behavior, student-athlete behavior, coach behavior. You know, no one wants to be in that game that's 65-0. No one wants to be in that game. It's not good for the kids that are winning, and it's certainly not good for the kids that are getting beat 65-0. And so now we've got a tool that we can expedite the end of the game. And if we can do that and keep those emotions in check and finish the contest and move on to the next week, I think it's best for high school football.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. This is our weekly conversation with him about all things IHSAA. Commissioner, have a great week. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
Hey there, Radio Land. My name is Seth Ernstberger, and I wanted to make sure you'd heard about my new office, Ernstberger Orthodontics in Salem. We've got a spot now up here helping people find their happy when it comes to their smile and bite. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you're wondering how braces or clear aligners like Invisalign can change your smile game, check us out on Facebook and Google, and then smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and Salem.
Listen up, high school sports fans. This cheer's for you.
Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
and the fact that you paid for your ticket,
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
High school sports.
You pay,
we play.
Everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Back to action here at Terry Cole Field. The Senators are up 22-6. They run the offense in the first half about as well as you can ask for with their 18 plays. Is that what you said they had?
Yes,
18 plays in the first half, and then last week they ran it perfectly and had 12. So they jump out to that 22-6 lead here. Really, the kind of the turning point of the game has been the front line. So, I said, that
was the key.
And the Senators have really stepped up their front line. They're not getting pushed back. They're meeting the Blue Jackets in the hole. Then the Jackets are falling forward for yards, but you're going to get a yard, maybe two, when you get hit at the line or behind it. You're not going to be able to pick up those 4-5 yard gains there, and that's been the difference in this game so far.
I mean, the Duncan kid, we talked about his size, but week one against Edgewood, he carried it 30 sometimes for 230, 240 yards. So he he's used to getting yards, and we've done an excellent job. 13 carries, 32 yards for him. The yards that they've got have come from Lefevre keeping it around the outside where they're just overloading and outnumbering us on that side, and he's able to pick up 7, 8 yards most times. So the one thing that Mitchell has struggled with that maybe has slowed them down a little bit and definitely helped us is the snaps. That's something that you take for granted a lot of times is the center's going to snap it, you're going to run the play. Well, when the ball's coming back low to the side, it throws the whole timing and everything off, and that's what has happened a few times tonight. So for the Blue Jackets, and our line has done a great job on the interior. Mitchell has not been able to get much of a push at all. Averaging maybe 2-3 yards on between the tackles. So, we need to duplicate that here in the second half, and eventually they're going to have to open it up. Mitchell's going to have to open it up, and if we can come out and stick it in right here to start the second half, then we're feeling pretty good.
And that's exactly what the Senators want to do. They want to take this ball and go down the field, and we haven't kicked a extra point yet, so it's going to be an 8-point score or a 6-point score. So it's going to make it 30-6, which is exactly what the Senators want to do here.
Yeah, and Mitchell's out. They're ready to kick.
They're ready to kick.
Kickoff return team's huddled around Coach Bousman on the side, and here they come. So, the thing you got to be careful of here if you're the front line is watch that onside kick.
Yeah.
Mitchell would love to recover that and, change the momentum.
The good thing is most of those guys up front have pretty good hands. I mean, we've got big kids up there, but
they're athletic.
You've got Bryce Brown and Charles Madden and Trenton Binskin. All those guys have.
And goes to Mason.
Mason Armstrong.
35. He gets through and gets out to about the 37. Guess he caught that at the 30. That's where the Senators will start, about the 38-yard line.
Senators start the second half on the 38-yard line, up 22-6. This is Craig Akers and Darren Russell on 1220 WSLM and on West Washington live stream. It's going to be 1st and 10. Senators come out in their normal set, one receiver to each side along with a back.
And you got Jake at tight end here on the near side.
Going to be a give to Mason Armstrong up the middle. He's met hard.
Got 2 yards on that.
Got 2 maybe.
Yeah. Looks like here comes Pate.
Here comes Pate and Rankin.
I just want to make sure Mason's okay after that big hit like he just took there.
Yeah.
So see him talking to him, he'll be right back in. Jake's hobbled off, so Rankin's in at tight end. Now here comes Parker Green. So a lot of substitutions.
A lot of substitutions. We got guys switching everywhere.
It's going to
be Hunter Pate. Pate to the second level, turns.
Nice
Still going.
job.
Nice job by Hunter Pate to make that drive.
Down to the 39-yard line. Pick up at 21 yards there.
He's another one of those Senators that was out last week. So
Armstrong does come back in. Pate goes out. So they're gonna rotate them.
Rotate them in, keep them fresh, make this defense deal with a fresh back every time.
Yeah, a lot of inside zones here early for the Senators. It's Mason again.
Mason again.
Oh, big, huge hole.
Huge hole. Gets up, goes down. We got flags everywhere on that play.
Going to be a clip. Holding. So probably negate about a 15-yard run by Armstrong. Yep,
Holding on the offense. So that one's going to back him up.
So move it back across the 50. No, actually, it's going to be on the Blue Jacket.
Blue Jacket 49. Beat you to it. Didn't let you say it.
Bring up a first down and 18. Back to
Mason Armstrong. Nice stiff arm. He's going deep. Going to be down the sideline. Reynolds does get him, but he's going to be short. He's going to be short of the end zone there.
Yeah,
it's a very nice play by Mason Armstrong. Mason Armstrong replay on that one.
Nice
stiff arm. He's going deep. Going to be down the sideline. Reynolds does get him, but he's going to be short.
They started to go with him. Mason run back to where Chase came from, and a huge run down to the 3-yard line. It's a 46-yard run that time by Armstrong.
Nice job by Mason to get that gain, that long gain there. That one goes to Pate. Pate tries to take the corner, doesn't quite get there, so he's going to be short of the end zone. Going to be maybe lose a yard on that one.
Yeah. Try to get him to the outside, and Hunter Pate needs to stay between the tackles.
Yeah, he runs really hard between the tackles and does a really good job in there, so that's where we need to feed him the ball. Now we got both of them in the backfield. Mason and Hunter are in the backfield. This one goes to Mason with a lead block. Does a spin. Flag comes in. I'm not sure what we're going to have there.
I think it's going to be probably the way they threw it, probably another hold.
Holding on the offense, so now we're going to back up.
That's 55 penalties on the Senators tonight.
Hopefully it's 55 yards.
Or 55 yards. Not 50, yeah,
55 penalties, we would still be in the first quarter. So it's going to be 2nd and 14 on the 14.
2nd and goal. So we got to get in the end zone. We got Parker and Chase out wide left.
Harrison down
Glenn
to this
Rankin
side.
at tight end this side, and Harrison. Oh, God. 2 guys in motion. Get set.
But nobody called it.
Well, you can get set. They can get reset. And it's going to be Harrison on the jet sweep, and he's
going to fall forward but not get close to where he needs to be.
I think he lost maybe a yard.
That was a mess there. Senators are out ahead 22-6. We said that they wanted to go in and punch this one in. It's going to be third and goal from the 13.
They came out, Hunter Pate, big run. Mason another big run, gets us down to the 3-yard line, then we get penalties. So now we're 3rd and 13.
Holden with the roll. Rolls this way, looking. Gets it to Harrison.
Nice
Going to be at about the 4-yard line, maybe the 5 from where they walk in.
He's just going to be right on the 5. Nice throw that time by
Holden.
Good catch by Harrison.
So Senators are probably going to go for it from here. Even if they don't get it, the Jackets are going to have to drive 95 yards to get one, which is going to eat up a lot of the clock with 8:30 or 8:27 left to go.
Back to your keys to the game. Our big boys up front need to get a push.
Yep.
Bowsman's going to keep and
looks to get in. I don't know that he gets
He got
there.
in.
Hands up. Gets
Holden
in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Senators.
Lowered his head and got in. I like to see that.
I know we got a couple of coaches out there watching that would be happy with that. Coach Sullivan, Holden is his point guard for that basketball team that did win the sectional there. So he's a happy camper there.
Cringes though every time.
Every time he carries it. And then Coach Walker, who is the quarterback's coach, has been sick over the past couple of days, so he's watching also. So
another penalty.
So both of those coaches out there would be happy. Wow. Not happy with those penalties though. We back up again with a false start, so it's going to be we're going to try to score this 2-point conversion from now the 8-yard line. keeping your fingers busy over there with the stat program.
The stat program's nice. It takes away all mathematical skills that you need to do stats.
Roll by Bowsman. Jake in the end zone. He goes up, is unable to get that one. Nice job by the jacket down there in the corner. I can't see what number that is. It might be Luke Lefevre breaking up that pass in the corner to Jake Strange.
28-6.
28-6. West Washington is out ahead. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break from Salem Crossing and the IHSAA. We'll be back in just a moment.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah!
And thank you.
High school sports.
You pay.
We play.
Everybody wins.
That's right.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
When I was naming off coaches there just a second ago, I missed one. Coach Ingram, the head baseball coach, along with an assistant on Coach Russell's basketball.
I think he may be doing the game next week is what we're thinking about. Mitchell picks it up about the 15-yard line, gets it
out to the 35. Great job there by the defense to hunt that ball out and get it on the ground. Senators are out ahead 28-6 here on WSLM 1220 AM and on West Washington live stream. Senators out with their 5 front along with 2 linebackers here.
Dallas Cowboys.
It's going to be a direct snap back to Dorian Duncan. There's going to be 5 Senators there, bring him down after an 8-yard gain.
Good start.
I think the difference there is, he's running fresh now.
Yeah.
Second or first half, he started to get tired, I think.
And that's exactly it. He's gotten a little bit of a break here. He played every snap of the first half. Got the halftime break and came out and has played just defense so far. So he's still a little bit fresh.
Mm-hmm.
That goes straight back to Duncan again.
He's going nowhere. I think there's going to be a face mask though. See, that's the type of things that we get in tight ball games. That's going to hurt us.
We got a flag in from both sides. I don't know what. We got one in the backfield and one on the side.
Maybe
face mask on the Senators. So one of the flags is picked up. Going to be probably a 15-yard variety here. I know Coach Bowsman is not happy with the penalty situation in the first game of the year. Was much more happy with it in the last game, and now we're kind of back to the same
75 yards and penalties now.
And that puts even more pressure on the defense.
Yeah, they move it up to the 45-yard line.
Blue Jackets get a first down on that penalty. He's going to come up and get the change set. Lions are ahead 21-6.
Lefevre
keeps that up the middle. He's met by most of the defensive line there.
Gain of 1.
Maybe.
2, 1. Bring up 2nd and 9.
We got a hold on the offense.
You can see the flag come in.
It's on the far sideline.
I would say Coach Bassman may have called that one.
Yeah, he probably helped on that one a little bit. After all the holds and the penalties that the Senators have gotten, I'm sure he helped get that one called.
Yeah, because let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was we've got 8 penalties, and that was the 3rd for.
So going to be 1st and 20, 1st and 19 here. It's another low snap. Lefevre with that. He's met by Rankin.
No gain.
No gain on that one. Rankin there to make that stop.
Second and 20.
Yep. West Washington is ahead 28-6. 6:05 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Jackets are set in their overload offense to the wide side of the field.
Calling Lefevre to the right. There you go. Run pass option.
Nice job by Farmer over there to get a hand on that.
Lefevre to the right. They are run pass option. Trusting Chase tonight. Play tight, bump and run.
Nice job by Farmer over there to get a hand on that.
In high school, but I mean Chase is a really good defender.
Yeah.
And
and he's been playing in that secondary. This is his 4th year in it, so he's very comfortable with it. He knows that cover 2 offense, or that cover 2 defense, and knows
Well, and I think the other thing is they know the Reynolds kid won the conference last year, fastest kid in the conference, and don't let him get off the line. Let Chase let Chase be physical with him, make it difficult for him to even get off the line.
Ball's on the ground. Big catch across the middle by 24, which is Nick Mundy.
Gets it down to the 38-yard line. Which will be close.
Close to the 1st down. I think he's going to be about a yard and a half short. I'm going to be 4th and 4. I'm off.
Yeah, 4th down.
We're still overloaded to that side.
It's going that way.
Dorian Duncan with the ball that side. He gets met. He's not going to get there.
No, he's held up.
That's going to be a turnover on downs. Charles Madden was the first one to fill up that hole, but then there was Trenton Benskin and Hunter Pate who come in and
we've got a player down.
That's going to be a cramp.
Is that?
I'm not sure which.
Jake? No, there's Jake standing back there.
I don't know who that is on the ground.
I don't know if that's a cramp.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. But the way he was jumping around.
We kind of jinxed it. We hadn't had one the first time yet, and hadn't had a cramp yet, and now we've got. Now it's starting in.
Yep.
We had that first game there at
horrible.
Eastern. We had probably 20 kids down at a
both
time
sides.
with cramps, and it seems to be getting better as the year goes.
And it will. I mean, like we talked that first night, it's about getting your body used to this game speed, and no matter what you do in practice, you can't simulate, how hard you go in a game, and it takes your body a week or two to get adjusted to that.
West Washington is ahead here, 28-6, 4:52 left to go in the third quarter.
And it is Parker Green.
Parker Green on the ground.
Cramping up.
Another one of Coach Sullivan's basketball boys that I'm sure he cringed when he saw him go down. Lions are up 21-6 over Scottsburg at the moment. Scottsburg is driving. They're inside the 35 at the moment. West Washington comes out with their one tight end, Jake Strange, and then
they're going two tight ends.
Oh,
Jake
two tight ends. I didn't see
with Harrison and Chase, and they bring Glenn Rankin.
I didn't see Glenn Rankin sneak in there, and then Mason Armstrong is in the backfield. Bowsman rolls. Nice job.
Nice job. And if Harrison had slipped, that he would have got a lot more than just 10 yards.
Well, and he might have got a nice hit there also, because I think that was Lefevre creeping back, coming back to meet him once he caught it.
Mm-hmm. That's the 9th first down for the Senators tonight.
I know that was something that the coaching staff really focused on, was that Lefevre likes to come back and make a lot of those tackles in the secondary. So if you can get away from him.
Well, if you could pump him and get him to come up, and then somebody across the middle, be nice too. They're going deep. Is that Chase?
That's Chase Farmer. Chase Farmer with the catch and into the end zone. Touchdown, Senators.
Beautiful play. Pump him and get him to come up, and then
that's really close to a 50-yard touchdown. I believe it's a 51-yard touchdown when we come down to it. There we go. Busted out. Chase Farmer. Chase Farmer with the catch and into the end zone. Touchdown, Senators. Senators are out ahead now, 34-6. This is going to be a tough climb for the Jackets to get back into this one with their offense that they run, that ball control style. We're going to see Lefevre probably air it out a little more than what we've seen.
Because they've not had much success at all the second half running. Their yardage just came on our penalties. So Senators. Double tight here. Bowsman
rolls. He sees a hole, gets up behind his line, and then gets in for 2. That's going to bring it to 36-6. Senators up 30 here. 4:20 to go in the second half of play. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
What's included in the price of a ticket to attend an IHSAA athletic event?
Harris cuts left, darts right, and goes straight to college!
High school sports teach life skills that go beyond the field of play. Skills that pave the way to a better education and a more fulfilling career. It's all included in the price of admission when you attend a high school athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Back to live action here at Terry Cole Field, where the West Washington Senators are up 36-6. This is Craig Akers and Darren Russell on 1220 WSLM.
And Harrison Sanford getting set for his 6th kickoff tonight. Got a tired leg.
Especially with all the running he does in the secondary and on the offensive side of the ball.
He needs to get him a Fitbit or something to measure how far he runs in a game.
I'm sure that would be.
What? I think he missed it. I think he was wanting to. That's gone 50 yards or 10 yards.
They kicked it from the 40, so it's only 5 yards.
Oh, that's right.
That's why you've got your stat program.
Yeah, that's why I don't even need to look at this stuff.
That one went 5 yards. It needed to go 10 for them to be able to recover it. So. Coach Russell always looking for the offensive side.
Yeah, I want the ball.
He wants the ball. He wants to
defense.
He wants to score. He doesn't want to have to play any D.
Defense is optional. Sooners stay in that 5-2. Overloaded far side. Gonna run up the middle.
He's met in the hole by Mason Armstrong along with Trenton Binskin and Bryce Brown. Big Mike in on that tackle also. Senators out 36-6 here. Played a really good ball game so far. Not this game is far from over, but it's something that you can really look at and say, okay, the Senators have it going.
The Senators defense all season long has played extremely well. Sometimes we've had years where we've had a bend but don't break mentality. This year we've played really strong defense. What? Oh my goodness!
Strange on it.
I have never.
That's going to be Trenton Binskin come up with that ball. Jake Strange coming off the side of the field. I'm not sure if he got hit in the face or the hand or what happened to him. But
he may have landed on the ball too.
He could have. He's trying to get off the side of the field.
Yeah, if he caught it, it's going to be a race.
Yeah. I mean, he made that pitch and he pitched right to Jake. I mean, that was.
That's an interesting one. He pitched it and Jake was right there.
Yeah, I mean, now Senators are fortunate enough to score this series. We will have a running clock
from here on. Senators have 2 wide receivers to the wide side, and then a tight end and a wide receiver down here, along with a back in the backfield. Bousman trying to get the play in.
One guy out there. Oh my goodness! And
Bousman picks it up, throws it, completes it to Farmer. Farmer down the sideline, makes a cut.
He's going to score.
He's going to score.
That's exactly the way they drew it.
That's exactly what they wanted. That's how they drew it up. That's exactly
perfect bounce off the bad snap.
Picks it up, throws it,
doesn't have to fall on it.
Completes it to Farmer. Farmer down the sideline, makes a cut. He's going to score.
That's exactly the way they drew it.
That's exactly what they throw a touchdown to. Farmer, you couldn't ask for anything better there.
I've seen it all.
So that makes it 42-6. Here, 3:13 left to go in the third quarter. We are going to have a running clock.
And remember, it stops on scores.
Stops on scores
and timeouts. We're very, very fortunate right there.
Bousman set to take the snap. That's going to be a rollout. He's looking to Harrison Sanford for the 2-point conversion. Makes it 44-6. Senators out ahead. We're going to step aside, take a commercial break, hear from Meadowview and Ernstberger's Orthodontist, and we'll be back on 1220 WSLM and West Washington live stream.
You want to feel goosebumps? Then purchase a ticket to an athletic event at your local high school. You'll be making a lasting difference in your community. Buying a ticket to an IHSAA game or meet helps ensure your school has the funding it needs to operate. New uniforms, safer equipment, transportation. Your ticket purchase helps to pay for it all. You're also helping today's student athletes learn the life skills they need to get better jobs and become better leaders. Plus, you'll see them do some amazing things.
Whoa! Did you see that? Oh man, I think I just got goosebumps.
Me too.
High school sports. We pay, they play. Everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
We're back to live action here on WSLM 1220 AM and West Washington live stream. Senators are up 44-6 over the Mitchell Blue Jackets. That's probably the best
it's going to go into the end zone
of the day. That's going to be a touchback. Can't bring it out of the end zone.
Yeah, we're not. Great kick. They were all scooted up because
Well, after the last one, that he either
5 yards.
He goes from not being able to get it 5 yards to kicking it 60.
So as we said, clock will continue to run now, except for timeouts, injuries, or a score.
Right. Under 3 minutes to go here. 2:54.
TD. So, lots of running her, TD, 47 yards.
15 seconds to go on the play clock here. It's a direct snap to Duncan in the backfield where he's met by the defensive line of the Senators.
He's not, that's maybe about his biggest run of the night. He may have had one longer than the first half, but picked up 4 there. But he's been hit hard every time.
Every single time.
Senator defense again has just done a really good job tonight of outside penalties of staying focused.
Second down and 6.
You got Armstrong and Pate as the 2 linebackers in.
I thought you said Armstrong was going to play very sparingly.
He's not been in a lot.
There's another direct snap to Duncan in the backfield. He's met by the line again. Going to be another face mask. We do a good job of holding him up, but then somebody comes in and grabs a face mask. That seems like it's about the 5th face mask penalty we've had.
We're waiting to see how he marks it off, whether it's a 5 or a 15. He did not signal personal foul. Well, it is just the 5.
It is just the 5-yard variety, but it's still enough for a first down for the Jackets.
Good enough for a Blue Jacket first down.
Under a minute to go, 46 to go here in the third. Clock still running. It will continue to run all of the fourth quarter. So we talked about the first quarter went by fairly quickly. The fourth quarter can go by fairly quickly too because of
Probably
Mitchell.
the last play of the third quarter.
Duncan up the middle does a nice job. Duncan does a good job of running hard all the time. I don't know that he's going to get back to the line.
Well, they'll mark it at 36, so it'd be a gain of 3.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to step aside for a couple of commercials, and we'll be back on 1220 WSLM and Salem live stream.
Hello, it's Dr. Seth again from Ernstberger Orthodontics. Now, we've been tackling crooked teeth and bad bites with braces and Invisalign out of our Salem location for a while, and we absolutely love coming to the new office. We're so pumped to be able to offer a local option for folks wanting to improve their smile without so much driving and missed work and school. Not to mention, we're loving getting to know and support the wonderful Washington County schools, teams, and communities. When it's time for you or your family, smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and now Salem.
Get your mugshot 7 days a week at WSLMradio.com from all over Kentuckiana, Clark, Floyd, Harrison, Jackson, Lawrence, Scott, and Washington County.
Just go to WSLMradio.com and click on the police news and read the latest police news powered by Eddie Gilstrap Motors.
Follow the Gilstrap link to find the latest deals on new and used Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Jeeps, as well as scheduling your next service appointment.
80 years of their family serving yours.
Back to live action here on 1220 WSLM. Lions are ahead in their game 21-14 over the Warriors of Scottsburg. West Washington here handedly ahead 44-6 over the Mitchell Blue Jackets.
Goes back to Duncan, and he's going backwards. He hit the line hard, and he was met by several Senators. Hunter Pate there.
Trenton Binskin in on that one, along with Charles Madden.
It's 20 carries on the night for Duncan.
Clock continues to run. This is something where the Senators have to be careful. You want to make sure that you get your players. You know, you don't want to get anybody hurt here. You want to play smart. You want to finish this game strong.
Be Lefevre.
Lefevre.
There's a
we got a whistle.
False start.
False start.
You know that whistle's loud if I can hear it up here with headsets on.
Paoli up 30-18.
That's over Springs
over
Valley.
Springs Valley.
We will play
next week at home.
Again, a thing I didn't realize is we've only got 3 home games this year. So next week will be the second, and then we will only be home one more time this season.
Yeah, if we can't pick up a week 8, which we're trying to find somebody out there. There's nobody in Indiana who has week 8 open. So
well, and the conversations this week is it sounds like Crawford is getting close to their season being over. Supposedly 5 kids quit this season, or this week, so they may be I'm not sure who they play week 8.
I knew that if you wouldn't have asked me.
I didn't ask you. I was just talking.
I'm just saying. I knew the answer to that. And if you give me a second, I'll know the answer again.
Bring up a 4th down and 7 for the Blue Jackets. No doubt going to go for it here.
They play North Harrison week 8.
Yeah.
So if their program isn't able to field a team, then we could pick up North Harrison week 8, which we could see the family matchup of Coach Walker on one side for West Washington, and the North Harrison Cougars, their offensive coordinator is his father, Coach Walker, who is a West Washington graduate.
Yep. Looks like Mitchell is going to take time. Was it Mitchell that took time out or West Washington? Mitchell.
I believe it was Mitchell
so
that took the time out there.
That will stop the clock at the 9:28 mark.
4th down, 7 to go here. Ball on the 35. Mitchell trying to build on something for next week. They've been outmatched today. They just you can tell that they've got some athletes, but when you compare it, across the line to who they're matching up with, and they're going both ways. Their players are playing both sides of the ball, where West Washington kids are getting a little bit of a break. They rotate in 7 linemen, some skill players. They rotate them, so our kids are fresh. Most of the game.
Yeah, and the touchdown Mitchell scored tonight is the first touchdown our defenses gave up this year. Eastern scored week 1, but that was off of block punt in the end zone. So, they moved the ball and got down there. Offense punched in. They are going to punt.
Mitchell sets up to punt. Nobody for West Washington back deep. That one away. End over end kick. Going to come down at about the 37, and then nice roll.
Die about the 25-yard line.
Die at the 25. So West Washington going to take over on their own 25.
Yep.
9-10. The clock continues to run here.
So it looks like Coach Bascom's got his looks like first string offense.
Yep, first string offense.
Let's see if we have a good snap this time.
Yeah. New quarterback. That's Mason Armstrong in at quarterback, but Roper McFeeder's going to grab that ball. Nice stiff arm
Nice
and
shot.
get out of bounds there by the freshman Roper McFeeters.
That's the first time we've seen Roper tonight on offense.
He's the younger brother to the McFeeters. Landon that ran for so many yards there for West Washington.
School's all-time leading rusher, scorer.
And Roper's one of those kids who could be a starter on a lot of teams, but with the backs that West Washington has, it's going to be hard for him to get in that backfield a whole lot.
Right.
He does play some special teams and gets in on the defensive side of the ball quite a bit in the secondary, but it's one of those that's he's a heck of an athlete just all around.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and like I said, I mean he was primed to have a lot of carries last week, and then got hit early in the game, and they didn't want to risk anything, and didn't play much after that. Then tonight, obviously Mason and Holden and Hunter have ran the ball well, and now getting in as they move Mason to quarterback, and get Holden out to make sure nothing happens to him for the future.
Which
next
is
week.
An interesting kind of switch, with Mason at the quarterback. He does get some reps in at quarterback, but being that he's a running back by trait, it's a
now Mason, because I had him in junior high, he was a quarterback in 8th grade, so I mean he's got some experience. I think he quarterbacked JV his freshman or sophomore, probably freshman year, so it's not a totally new position to him.
Mason with a keeper. Nice job by Armstrong to get through.
He's going to go.
Mason Armstrong.
Be a 55-yard run for Mason Armstrong.
Very nice run there by Armstrong. Nice job by Armstrong to get through.
He's going to go.
Out at the 1. Mason Armstrong.
I'd already wrote it down.
Yeah, if you watch on replay, he did step out on the 1.
Mason Armstrong.
Very nice run there by Armstrong. Well, he definitely didn't go out of bounds where they marked that.
I think that's a touchdown.
I'm not sure what this is. Is this an extra point? Is this a touchdown? What are we doing here?
I got the yardstick over there, first down. Usually if you score, yardsticks and chains are downs.
McFeeters gets hit.
So it was a touchdown.
It was a touchdown. The extra point was no good. Or the 2-point conversion was no good. But if you watch on replay, it looked like he stepped out short of the pylon. So it is 50-6 here. West Washington is ahead. 7:01 left to go in the game in the second half here. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
What's included in the price of a ticket when you attend a high school athletic event? For starters, greater opportunities for our kids.
And here comes Lopez. He dribbles, fakes, shoots, and scores! A high-paying job!
Putting today's young people on the pathway to success. Inspiring them to never give up. Encouraging them to always do their best. Teaching them how to be better leaders. It's all included in the price of admission when you go to an IHSAA athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
High school sports. We pay, they play, everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Oh, my goodness!
Back here on 1220 WSLM, Harrison Sanford with the kickoff. He's
straight up the middle.
Runs straight up the middle and then is stood up, so. .6:45 left to go here in the game.
A lot of new kids coming in the game.
Yep.
See Landon Pearson coming in. Kai Struther going to defensive tackle. Pavey is in.
Pavey's in at linebacker. So quite a few new kids here.
Who's 78?
Charles.
Charles. Is that 78 or is that?
Yeah, that's 78.
Okay.
Charles is still in.
So you're playing Struther and Pearson at your defensive ends. Duncan's going
Duncan
nowhere.
does a nice job of getting to the line, but then can't get any further.
Centers are doing a nice job gang tackling, and
and that's what you have to do with a back like Duncan. I mean,
and they're hitting him lower. I mean, they're not trying to hit him up high every time.
First guy there's job is to get there and stand him up, and then the rest of them are there to bring him down. So
and Charles goes out, and let's see.
72. Is it 72? It's 72.
Andrew Lewis, 52's in. Was it 72?
72 comes in at
Clayton Holloway.
There we go.
Is in. It's like Bryce Brown's the only defensive starter or defensive lineman
left
that's
in there.
Still in there.
Lefevre there.
Pearson
there. And Pearson's one of those who hasn't got a lot of playing time this year. He just in a spot where he's deep in with talent kind of in front of him.
Yeah, and I mean we've talked about that. Last year he had to play a lot early with Jake out injured, missed the first few games, and Landon did a really good job. And now he's having a hard time supplanting Jake.
Yeah.
Jake. And it was going to be Murphy, but when Murphy goes down, they played Trenton Benskin there. And he's done a really good job.
Luke Lefevre with the ball again, running that side. He's brought down by a group of Senators. It looks like Andrew Lewis in on that tackle. 4:16 left to go here. We see 4th down and 3.
And down to 4 minutes.
4 minutes to go here in the game.
Mitchell's going to take timeout.
Looking ahead at the Senators season, we heard a score earlier. Paoli is beating Springs Valley, in their game. And Valley was one of those teams that a lot of people were saying, hey, they're the top of the top of the PLAC.
Said they were the favorite, yeah. And one thing you got to understand, I mean, the Orange Bowl, as they call it, between Valley and Paoli, that's like our rivalry with Salem. You throw your records out, and both teams are going to play extremely hard. And I'm sure Paoli was embarrassed by their loss last week against Corden, and wanted to come out and make a statement. I think it was at Paoli.
It is at Paoli.
So they're going to play hard, and Springs Valley's off to a 2-0 start for the first time in I don't know how many years. So you had two teams that were kind of at the opposite end of the spectrum. Paoli really angry with their performance last week. Springs Valley, they're 2-0, so they were feeling pretty good about themselves, I'm sure. 36-18 is the score. They're going to run Duncan up the middle.
Duncan up the middle. Looks like he's got enough to get the first down.
It's his 22nd carry of the night.
With the running clock, he's not going to get to the 30 he had last week. But
that is the 7th first down for Mitchell.
First down. First and 10. Mitchell 46 for the Blue Jackets.
Like they moved Roper McFeeters up to linebacker now.
Yeah. Luke,
good to fake.
Nice job by Hunter Pate to bring him down from behind.
It's 19 carries for Lefevre. They are a two-man team.
I believe those are the only two to carry the ball.
I think you're right. I mean, Mundy's caught a pass. was it Reynolds that caught a pass?
Yeah, maybe.
We had a couple kids catch passes, but the only two that's ran.
Only two that have ran are Lefevre and Duncan.
And here comes number 9, Braxton Sprouse.
Braxton Sprouse in. Getting some people some varsity game time Friday nights under the lights.
Someone will say they heard their name on the radio and they'll have to sign autographs.
Well, there we
Make
go.
them famous. Nice
job out there by Parker.
Well, he did his job, which is just to turn it in. And
yep.
He stayed out there and did it.
Stand out there and turn it in, and he ran right into his arms.
It's a 1-yard gain for Lefevre.
Going to be 2nd and 9 on the 42. Just under 2 minutes to go here. Sprouse and Green are going to flip sides. Green usually plays the wide side of the field.
If Chase isn't in the ball
If Chase isn't in the ball game. Chase is always the wide side guy, but when he's out, then Parker becomes the wide side. Mitchell isn't putting any wide receivers out there, so.
Lefevre's going to keep it again. Faked to Duncan, kept it. That's 21 carries for Lefevre.
Lefevre just keeps pulling off yards here. It's going to be 3rd down. They're going to be short of the first down mark by about a yard.
About to go under a minute in the ball game.
Duncan with that one. Gets met in the hole, stood up. Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Under 50 seconds to go here.
Probably time for about one more play.
First down.
They will have to snap it as the play clock. There's about 10-second differential between play clock and game clock.
So they're going to have to run one more play. Going to be in the overload on this side.
Lefevre's keeping it.
Lefevre keeps it. Tries to turn the corner. Parker Green does bring him down. It's going to be 10 seconds to go here. That's going to be the final play of the game. West Washington does end up winning this one 50-6 over Mitchell. We're going to step aside. Let us gather some stats, get some things ready for you, and then we'll be back with the breakdown of scoring and stats here in just a moment.
Come visit America Flea Market in Salem. We've got over 22,000 square feet of treasures and one of the largest indoor flea markets in Kentuckiana. Located at 110 Progress Boulevard in Salem, we're one of the ultimate destinations for picking and saving and a fun place to shop. We have over 70 vendors and a huge selection of new, used, antique, primitive, and vintage items. Beat the heat. Stop in our air-conditioned store. Come and see us Tuesday through Sunday. We open up at 11 a.m. America Flea Market, where pickers pick and shoppers save.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint like Valspar and Clark & Kensington. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Before your next project, talk to your local paint experts, Eva Marie and Erica, at Ace Hardware of Salem. Stop in today and see why we're the helpful place.
Back to our post-game show here, sponsored by Ace on WSLM 1220 and West Washington live stream. You see the W flying out there for West Washington. They're flying the win flag. A great game by them, putting up 50 points, holding the Jackets only to 6. The first time the defense has been scored on. So a great game overall by the Senators. Coach Russell, break down some scoring and stats.
10 more seconds.
10 more seconds. He's working on them as we speak. It's one of those, the Senators just play a really good overall game. Didn't really have any holes in that game. They just seem to do it all.
Yeah, I agree with you. Again, focused. They stayed focused. The penalties something that you got to improve on, and they will. There's no doubt. But they didn't let that hurt them tonight. Recap the scoring, and there was a lot of it in the first quarter. At the 3:44 mark, Mason Armstrong gets in from 21 yards out. Hunter Pate runs in 2-point conversion, make it 8-0. The 11:22 mark of the second quarter, Holden Bousman on a 47-yard run. Then on the 2-point conversion, Bousman to Farmer, making it 16-0. Mitchell responds at the 4:09 when Luke Lefevre runs it in from 9 yards out. Their 2-point conversion was no good, making the score 16-6. Then at the 2:08 mark of the second quarter, Harrison Sanford takes a 2-yard pass from Holden Bousman for the touchdown. Again, the 2-point conversion failed, making the score 22-6, and that's where we stood at the half. Third quarter, the Senators exploded. At the 8:04 mark of the second quarter, Holden Bousman takes it in from 5 yards out. The 2-point conversion failed, making the score 28-6. Then at the 4:21 mark, Chase Farmer catches a bomb from Holden Bousman for a 49-yard pass, 49-yard touchdown. Bousman runs in the 2-point conversion to make the score 36-6. Then the best play of the game was at the 3:13 mark when center snaps the ball over Holden Bousman's head, and it goes back about 20 yards, bounces straight back up into Holden's hands. He scrambles around, throws about I think Chase Farmer caught about at the original line of scrimmage and took off down the sideline and goes 47 yards for a touchdown, just the way they drew it up. And then on 2-point conversion, Harrison Sanford catches the pass from Bousman, making the score 44-6. Then at the 7:37 mark of the fourth quarter, Mason Armstrong is in at quarterback trying to just get some reps, and in case something ever happens, he's got to play it, and he takes off 55 yards for a touchdown. 2-point conversion failed, making the score 50-6. Stats on the ball game for Mitchell: they had 8 first downs. They ran the ball 46 times for 163 yards, which is just 3.5 yards per carry, which is what Mitchell, with their offense, they're happy with. But when you get in a shootout like this, that's not going to work. They were 2 out of 9 passing with 1 interception for 26 yards. Total in the game, they had 189 yards. They did fumble twice, losing 1. Mitchell was penalized 4 times for 25 yards. Let's see. Duncan ran it 23 times for 63 yards, so the Senators did a tremendous job on him. Luke Lefevre, the quarterback, ran it 22 times for 106 yards. For the Senators, we had 10 first downs in the ball game, ran the ball 22 times for 303 yards, was 8 out of 10 passing with 1 interception for 147 yards, so 450 yards total offense tonight. Great job by the offense. We did have 1 fumble but did not lose it. As we said, that turned into a beautiful play. We were penalized 9 times for 80 yards. Individual stats: Roper McFeeters got 1 carry for 20 yards. Hunter Pate carried it 3 times for 20 yards. Holden Bousman carried it 7 times for 63 yards. Mason Armstrong carried it 10 times for 153 yards. Passing, Bousman was 8 out of 10 with 1 interception for 147. 6 of those passes went to Harrison Sanford for 41 yards. The other 2 to Chase Farmer, 2 catches for 106 yards. So, amazing offensive night for the Senators.
It's one of those that they've got the offense really clicking. They just do a really good job of that. You couldn't really ask for that offense to do anything more than what they did tonight.
Oh yeah.
And then on top of that, you've got the defense that's playing super well also. So that just continues on, and it what can you say about a team that puts up those kind of numbers offensively, puts up those kind of numbers,
and you've got points. You got 2 All-State kids out for the season. Nobody can talk about injuries because we've had to deal with it. And we're dealing with it, and it's next man up.
Yeah, and that's been the philosophy kind of all year, and they're really proving it. I mean, they're really taking it to heart. Hey, next person up is the one that's in.
Exactly. You're exactly right. And they've embraced that. They've accepted it. It had been easy. They could have felt sorry for themselves after week 1. But, they didn't. They understand that we have a program that's not about one kid, 2 kids. It's about
everybody.
We got a program.
Yeah.
So,
we're going to let Coach Bousman get something to drink real quick and then slide in here with the headsets. The Senators do pull out a victory here, 50-6. The offense is just clicking. The defense is playing really well. They do give up their first score of the year today, on a run. But Coach Bousman, what more could you ask from your team?
I tell you, they really came out and executed. Unfortunately, we gave up a big kickoff return, but then our defense stood strong. You
give up a long, kickoff return, first play of the game, and then your defense sticks them right where they are.
Yeah,
they don't go any further.
Yeah, it was just a great stand, and then offensively we got things going, and whether it was in our passing game, run game, had some big runs. But I'll tell you, the key is the line up front. And then our perimeter blocking is unbelievable. I don't think a lot of people have that or have seen that kind of blocking.
That's what I said. One of the keys to the game tonight was the up front blocking, whether it was the offensive side or the defensive side. That was what was going to win this game. And your offensive line really pushed their defensive line back, and your defensive line stood strong. And the Duncan kid is a big kid, and they would hit him at the line or behind the line, and he'd gain 1-2 yards instead of the 4 that he's used to getting.
Absolutely, and he's a strong kid, and in that kind of offense, it's downhill, so sometimes it becomes a scrum. But as you could see, as the game went on, they got tired, and we just got stronger, I felt like, and our pursuit to the ball was really, really impressive. So, I'm just really proud of how all the guys stepped in and played and made play after play after play, and just keeping things alive. I mean, the snap just shot past Holden, and I was telling him to fall on it, and he just kind of
he wasn't listening. He picked it up and guns it,
peeked over his shoulder, and he had that. He was able to run down that sideline, and guys continue to work without the football. And I don't know how we didn't have linemen downfield. I think because they were all turning around watching, and but the receivers kept running, and you got to love that. They just find a way to make a play. And I told those guys tonight before the game, like, everyone's going to do something special tonight, but do it within your limitations, or your abilities.
Your abilities,
not limitations, but your abilities. Don't try to do too much, and sometimes that's what happens. And we're getting contributions from everybody across the board, so I'm really proud of how we're playing, and each week we're just going. I feel like each rep we get, we're going to just continue to get better.
And that's what we talked about also. There's kids on your team who aren't getting a whole lot of varsity time because they're behind someone or whatever. They would start for other teams around this area, but they just can't find any or a lot of time. You look at a kid like Roper McFeeters.
Yeah.
He could carry the ball 20 times for a lot of teams around the area.
Absolutely.
And he gets 1 or 2 carries for us a night just because of what we have there.
Yeah, I mean, he had 1 carry for 20 yards, and he's our third back, and he would start for a lot of teams. I mean, he'd be starting for them tonight. So it's just getting that distribution of plays to other players, and we got 42 on the roster, 2 varsity guys out, so we're down to 40 on the roster. That's 18 varsity guys, 22 JV, and all those guys, 18 guys, just really contribute and make us successful. And it was a fun night, great crowd. I mean, it's kind of people are leaving now, but to look down there 3 or 4 minutes ago was an unbelievable scene to see our crowd down there with our players after the game. It just shows you what kind of community support we have, and I'm just proud of this program that these kids are building.
Yeah. Looking ahead, you've got Valley at home next week. Last we heard they were getting beat by Paoli. So that's one of those conference games that a lot of people were saying that Valley was the favorite to win conference once Caleb and Bobby went down, but right now the way you guys are rolling, I've got a hard time ever picking against the Senators.
Well, and predictions are a scary thing, and as coaches and as players, we're not predicting anything. We have a goal to win our conference, but you never know what kind of injuries can happen. But I can tell you one thing: if someone thinks us losing a Division I kid and Bobby Stevens, yeah, they're dudes. But if you think losing those two is going to change our ability to be successful, they don't know our team well enough. And I'm very proud of these guys, where they're all stepping up. And we're ready for next week's challenge with Springs Valley at home. But you got to go play the game, and you got to execute. And you can't overlook anybody. And tonight was a big win. This is a big win for us because I told the kids, they believe in themselves, we believe in them, and our community believes in them. But you still, after a couple major injuries, you just got to go out and perform on Friday nights, and every week they believe a little bit more. And our community has always been great support for us, and our guys are doing some great things. So we're ready to start preparing this weekend for Valley for next week.
Well, Coach, enjoy your victory tonight. I know you're going to go home and watch some video and really break down what you need to do next week for Valley. But congratulations on your win tonight, 50-6 over the Mitchell Blue Jackets.
Thank you. Thanks for Darren. Thanks, Craig, and thanks for everybody listening. And those that can't make it, be able to watch it or hear it. And thanks to the community support out here. I couldn't be more proud to be fortunate enough and blessed to be as a head coach for this program. And we got a great staff and great kids, great community, and we're excited about each and every week. Thanks.
We're going to let Darren slide back in here. Darren, we're gonna go ahead and give our final thoughts on the game, and then we'll send it back to the station for them to go into the Sports Network and the breakdown of all of the games around the state. Final thoughts, Darren?
As we talked, we came out, we were focused for the second week in a row, and took care of business. And